Booyah! It's Karen back, the girl on fire, and this might just be the golden snitch you've been waiting for. So do not stop. Keep going. I know you got this. I know there's a little bit of stuff in the beginning. We gotta get your mind right, get you in the game. So this is now 1 of 7. You are doing it. Money making machines. This is the Trailblazer Army declaration. Your turn to declare. All right. So we're going to go through 1 to 7 here. Don't freak out. Answering your top questions. How do I invite people to my cool stuff? How am I going to get this done? Where all your secret sauce has been living in your Horcruxes. Where your story is and has been. Your sorting hat. Yes, the sorting hat is here. Sorting hat is here. So exciting. And which room of requirement you are going to choose based on this stuff. And then the cool Forbidden Forest. Yes, we're going to jump into the Forbidden Forest. So let's get started. I'm super excited for you. And I'm going to try to make this like super quick, to the point. Let's go. Let's get it done. All right, ready? So first thing is first, your directional game. So the game is this, the jeu sans fait. Basically, in your intro, you're going to do the 4 W's. And yes, this is a directional, what do they call it? Not a sundial. Wow. You know what it is. My whole thing is just do it imperfectly, right? So just get to it. So this sundial is going to answer the question. It's not a sundial. This weather direction. Wow. Compass. Oh my gosh. All right. Question is, how do I invite people to my cool stuff? How do you invite people to your cool stuff right now? Are you afraid to invite people to your cool stuff, or do you do it out of desperation, or do you do it last minute? So here's the deal. This is how people are going to find out where you are. It's not north, east, west, south. I did it intentionally. It's west, 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 west. No, it's not. It's who, what, why, where, and the game you're playing, right? So what problem are you solving? So how do I invite people to my cool stuff? Like, you literally just pick up your phone and follow that script. So let people know what you're up to. Like, let people know how you earned it or how you learned it, right? Like, I earned it by researching on how to get paid by teaching group coaching, right? Specifically speaking on stage. So I watched this unbelievable speaker. You might have seen him, Mr. Russell Brunson. He went on Grant Cardone's stage at the 10X Growth Con and sold 1.5 million on stage. He is the highest paid speaker in 90 minutes. It was insane. And I was like, that is the skill I've been looking for. Why is no one teaching this? Like, they want to keep it all to themselves, right? Well, not anymore. You have the secret. It's that simple, I swear. So he taught the framework. I adapted it just a little bit. It was like who, what, when, where, how. So who, what, why, where. Because I think the why is important. People need to talk about that. And he does kind of weave in his stories. So he didn't actually say that, but we just added it in. So here's the story format, right? The backstory. Remember that car accident with my parents? And then we talk about the internal desires and external desires. So my external desire was how to speak and sell from stage in groups. My internal desire was how to be loved by adding value to the world and helping people rise. Then you talk about the wall. For me, it was like how to have the guts to speak. Like, I had the guts to speak, but I didn't know how to sell. It was like storytelling versus story selling. So I was trying to figure out that. And the epiphany I had was I have to learn how to sell to have more impact. Like, I just have to. The plan was like one-on-one wasn't cutting it anymore, and I wanted to teach groups. So my conflict was, you know, I had the guts to speak to giants, but they weren't teaching how to sell from stage. So like we can't compete with them, right? Even I got on Jack Canfield's stage, you guys. It was awesome. It was awesome. And they told me what to do, but they weren't really coaching me on how. So I messed it up. Like I failed. I only got like 13% of the room, which to like 97% average student, that's like a total bomb, right? I was like, oh, I'm gonna get 50% at least, you know, a pass. So actually the top seller that weekend was me. I was like, who knew 13% close rate was an A++? I didn't know the top closers were selling. If you're top 1% closer, you're selling 10% of the room. I didn't know. I thought I totally flopped. But I had the confidence, the transformation I had was I had the confidence to move forward. So you're gonna follow that exact same format. You can figure that out on your own, or if you want a copywriting software that I use it all the time. You're gonna get introduced to that as well to make it super easy on you. So don't worry if you're a little bit lost, or you can replay it and just hit those points. So the strategy, the framework that I used was the compass, right? And the 4 cardinal directions, that's what they're called, right? And I actually learned this. This is the middle is the most important. I learned this from a tour in the Mayan Riviera of all places. And the tour guide was like, in the Mayan, we have 5 directions. And we were like, 5 directions? He's like, yeah, there's north, south, east, west. And we're all waiting. And he's like, and the middle. That's the way he said it. And I was like, that's weird. He's like, you are where you are. Like, stand where you are. So what's the game you're playing right now? Like, what do you do? I was a physical therapist, so I should be speaking about what I was solving. It was chronic pain. It was like I was teaching money and business and how to move your business online as well, which is my confusion. Don't do that to yourself. But like chronic pain, systemic illness, because all the people that were athletes got sick all the time and got flus and colds, so immunity. Then I got into like autoimmune disorders and Crohn's, colitis, and IBS, and just like RA, all those things, rheumatoid arthritis. And then I got into like severe, crazy stuff that no one's ever heard of, and that's what I've been kind of referred to forever since. So teach the middle, teach what game you're playing right now, teach what you're at, and I'm going to help you uncover that in the next steps as well. So my what to say software, if you need access to that, we'll punch it out, and I'm going to give you examples of exactly the 3 types that you can punch in and kind of what it'll spit out, and you'll just see those in the members area. So I'm not going to go through them right now. You can read through them, but I'll give you some ideas of how to run the scripts. So that is the who, what, why, where, W4 script. All right, we get on that. So number 2, this is my favorite. This is not just another program. I want you to get this. You're gonna get in, get dirty, get it done, and get in, get dirty, and get it done. That's it. And you can't edit a blank page, so you have to start. This is not going to be prefect. I was trying to do that cleverly. Didn't work out. Perfect is what I want to say, but prefect for, you know, Harry Potter people. There's prefects that run the halls. It's not going to be perfect. It's not going to be your final thing. This will be done, and then you will know how to do it better, right? This is my beta 3.0. It's still not the way I want it, but it's better than it was the first and second time, okay? And this might be the final draft. It might not. I might do another iteration of it until all the confusion is gone, until it's super clear. So remember the first time. Remember your first time? Nah, it's not No Filter Friday or TMI Tuesday. I invented that. Where'd your mind go? So remember the first time you rode a bike? Remember the first time you had a first kiss? Remember the thing that you're doing right now, like whatever it is that is in the middle for you, what is that? Remember the first time you did that? You probably did it really, really badly, right? So it's not always pretty. You're not always going to be charismatic. It's not always going to be easy, but nothing worth doing is. you will gain confidence, you will gain momentum, you will gain certainty. So what we're gonna do is this thing right here. This is called an unbreakable vow. And it's a type of binding magical contract cast between two parties that, if broken by either party, will result in imminent death of whoever broke the contract. This might be a matter of life and death for some of you on this call. So you're going to finish this course and you're going to be a success story, and you're going to tell me all about it and how the unbreakable vow made you know that it was life or death. You have to do this, right? So we're going to shake hands on it right now. We're going to do the unbreakable vow. Come on. Let's see it. All right. Just kidding. Not kidding. This is your declaration initiation. You must commit to this process. I need your stories to help be the change I wish to see in this world, right? So my goal is to have Trailblazers army that convert into money-making machines, at least your first 1,000 in a week once we get it set up. So that last week, at first 1,000 in a week, right? 21-day process. So that's the goal, 21 days to convert. So how do we do this? All right. So most people, when they get started, they have a few Horcruxes hidden around. If you know what this is, a Horcrux in Harry Potter is parts of your soul that are hidden around the world to protect you from being killed. So you're going to want to back out on this at some point on me, and I want you to stick with it. So how many business have you had? How many failures have you had? How many crossroads and abandoned things have you had where you carved a new path, right? That's what Trailblazers are, right? Where are your Horcruxes hidden? So I want you to make a list of them, list them out right now, and I'm going to give you some of mine just to give you some ideas so you don't feel bad as well, okay? And these are going to become your superpower. It's not that you're not good enough. It's that you decided that wasn't the thing for you. And I want you to just go back and be like, okay, for certain, this wasn't the thing, but this is, and decide. So 1, I've been in 9 network marketing businesses. A wise coach of mine said, because I'd failed in them, what do you think the common denominator was in all those businesses? I was like, I abandoned them. I carved a new path. But I found one that I love, so I had to learn the skills and I had to go back and promote it. And if you're lost in this process, don't worry. I can show you that that's converting, or a place to find other amazing products that are converting. 2, I started my first recurring income company when I was 12. I was connecting people with a red carpet service I had made, and I abandoned it. I carved a new path. I was what we call an unconscious competent. I didn't even know what I'd done, so I didn't know how to do it again. I ended up getting 3 jobs after that to make the same money as what I was making with my recurring income company. So from 12 to 17, I was earning recurring income. And then to replace that income from 17 to 20, I had 3 jobs. I was working 70 hours a week. So I want to do that again, but I don't want to do that business model. It was a babysitting company, which is a really cool story. Long story short, guy answer here. I basically was booked so far ahead that I couldn't take on any more babysitting jobs. I was booked out from when I was 13 till I was 17 for New Year's, right? And I was like, I don't want to book any further ahead than that. Thank God, because 17, I was done babysitting. And so I had done this really cool thing, and I had leveraged my contacts, and all my friends were like, why are we not getting babysitting jobs? So I taught them what I did. I connected them with my people who wanted babysitting, and I took a cut. Pretty smart, right? So, but I didn't know that I was smart. So I went and worked after that. So number 3, these are all my Slytherin Horcruxes hidden around. So I worked at other clinics. I worked at 12. There was like one that was dirty. Their cleaning procedures, or lack thereof, was like terrible. I had one that was rude to the front desk staff, to my clients. I had inappropriate conduct against standards for the profession. I had people who were like, you're not allowed to sell additional products to aid clients with home care, like even just foam rollers and stuff, like nothing. I had another place that was using toxic cleaning products, triggered allergies in me and my clients. I was like, I can't deal with this. I had one that was using a toxic linen service. Again, allergies in me and white clients. Like we had dust everywhere. It was terrible. I had places that were conflict with other staff. I was being cornered because clients had switched to me. I was like, well, isn't it up to the client? Like, isn't the customer always right? I had conflict and drama with other healthcare providers because clients preferred me. It was terrible. In another profession, actually, and clients were coming to see me because their holistic practitioner wasn't doing the right thing. I had a conflict for policy for no-shows. Clients didn't respect my time. The office didn't reinforce it so that the client was responsible. So it made me look bad. Like I had this one lady, like she was late for an appointment. I called her and she's like, I'm having a dinner party. And I was like, so are you on your way? Like, I just couldn't believe it. She's like, you expect me to leave my dinner party? I was like, you booked the appointment, not me. Anyways, I abandoned that, right? Carved a new path, opened my own clinic. Forget all that. Number 4, I worked with my family. Oh my God, don't do this. Oh my God, don't do this. Okay. My uncle flung push pins at my head, screaming at me about my parents. He put my dad out of business and stole my aunt's life savings. Like terrible stuff. My own family hired me to manage their dry cleaners, and I tried to hire and train myself out, and they kept pulling me back in as I was in college to become a therapist. I sold wood stoves and patio furniture when I was 15. They thought they were going to hire me to be a lackey for food and coffee, but I ended up being their top salesperson for high-end Vermont casting wood stoves, which is pretty cool, next to the owner, of course. And then selling home improvements, window doors, siding. I was earning an override commission. Like I was earning a commission and they took an override on my commission and they were stealing money from me, from my commissions. And I was like, if we didn't agree to that, like, what is that about? So I abandoned that, carved a new path and just said no. I was like, just no. Number 5, became a speaker and spoke on stages for free. I earned my stripes, so to speak. In network marketing, I spoke. I actually taught infant care, prenatal and postnatal care. I actually taught stretching regimes at dojos. I did JV businesses around town, right? Breathing workshops, no cash, right? Facebook Lives, no cash, no conversion. Facebook groups, posting, no cash. Are you seeing a pattern here? Tony Robbins stage. Yep. I hijacked Tony Robbins stage by accident. It's a cool story in one of my other programs. 3,000 people, no cash. Les Brown spoke on his stage, 150 people in the room, and it was 10 cities. Satellited out, no cash. I went to tons of events and I watched and dissected not the pitch, but like how to pitch, right? So I wanted to do group, not one-on-one, and I was getting closer and closer. And then I got on Jack Canfield's stage and I sold finally. I did it badly, but I did it. And I was like, should I abandon this or should I carve a new path? Like I was deeper and deeper down this rabbit hole, finding more and more experts for the past year. And I still didn't know how to sell until I took that full year learning the stuff I didn't want to learn. But I found someone who was willing to teach it, which is so awesome, which is how I'm in front of you now. And I've hired like 3 coaches since then, 3 more coaches, high ticket coaches. So 6, taught live workshops internationally. Like filling those seats, it's a big challenge to get people to book time off, to travel, to pay for the hotel, to commit, to get momentum, to deal with cancellations. It's a lot of time and money. And for me, like with the divorce and finally the car accident, I was like, abandon this, carve a new path. I was like, I'm doing online classes. And this was actually before COVID. I kind of felt like I was grounded because I wanted to be around with my kids, right? So that was a lot of stuff. So I want you to make your own story. Abandon, carved a new path, right? So there is actually a script in the What to Say software. And people are like, where do I start my story? Like, just start plugging down some of the stuff that you've tried. And then the story about my parents' car accident, emerged as like, you know, the thing that made me boil over, like made me cry, really made me like want to do this, right? So that is the Slytherin Horcruxes. Where are all your Horcruxes hidden? Where are they hiding? And what have you been hiding for shame from the world? Because you might find some power in that, like I did. Don't go deep. Don't do a long thing. That took me a while actually to pull that stuff together. But I think it'll be worth it because, you know, you deserve some street cred for getting through that. Like the School of Hard Knocks is real. So I highly, highly, highly encourage you to do that exercise and to get it up there. So the next thing is this inventory of being. So I want you to separate them. So the question was like, what do I sell? What's the best way to make recurring income online? Selling what you know and not having to take hundreds of courses to figure it out. So this is the inventory of being. So that's what it's called. And the goal is to see where you've been and where you're going. So I was unsure of my path. Like, I just want to make money and I just want to make up for lost time. And I seem to be too busy and broke for my family. And I wanted to be successful, even though I had been. My ex suffered with addictions and it made me look like I was always broke because I was, which sucked. So moving slowly, learning on my own, I wanted to effort less and fast track and save money and time and stress. Haha. I've hired expensive coaches, but when they asked what I'm good at and what do I want to teach, I was like, oh my God, I don't know. Like, I kept flip-flopping on what I wanted to do and what I wanted to be known for and what I'm competent at and what legacy I want to leave behind. And like, if I got on Tony's stage again or Oprah's stage, like, what do I want people to know about me? So I actually made 7 classes the first time I learned about getting paid for my knowledge. I had like old school Bristol board with cue cards that were color coded for all the modules. And I was all over the place. I didn't even realize like I had a bad case of shiny object syndrome. And I actually built an entire customer journey or like value ladder, if you know what that is, for health. And I built an entire customer journey or value ladder for wealth. 2 niches. Cardinal sin. Don't do that to yourself. So I actually sold the courses and I had successful students, but knowing what I know now, I would never do it that way because the next problem was selling on a larger scale and my worry of being like a one-hit wonder came in. So before you go blazing down the wrong path, if you're like me, play the superpower games. Like, this is the charms class for your passions, your skills, and your purpose. You will know for certain after you play these games. You cannot not know. I think it's like 3 hours total. In 3 hours, you will know your purpose. Like, so many people walk around for decades trying to find themselves. I'm telling you, it's amazing. We've got amazing results. You can check it out. So I want you to, one, write down your passion, your skills, and your purpose if you already know it. If you don't, go play the superpower games. 2, write down all the courses that you have ready, made to sell. And if you don't have any, then I'm going to show you how to do that. Don't worry. And number 3 is the cover your nut number. Like, what is the number that you need to be living off of or to get to the next level? What is that? And then 4, what problems have you been solving for people? So what do I mean by that? I mean, like, what and who. So Nicole, my friend Nicole, is targeting women who want to age gracefully. She's doing this Own Your Sparkle movement. So like, go grade naturally, right? And she's targeting nutritionists. So what and who? Age gracefully, target nutritionists. So for me, I'm doing the pain-free life experience, right? The pain protocols. I'm targeting mom entrepreneurs or other body workers. And then there's like this course, right? Think of it, the baby shower for business, right? Quick start and money-making machines or moving your business online. So what and who? And those are the 4 things. So 1, your superpowers, skills, passion, and purpose. 2, courses that you've made or products that you sell. 3, the number that you need to cover your nut. that's what I call it, to live off of or to get to the next level. And then what problems have you been solving for people, the what and the who. Cool? All right. So these are a few examples of some of the things that I have. Oh boy. So my ultimate passion is, I'm a bleeding heart. Like if I was to say my passion, my ultimate passion, these are like going over those. My ultimate passion is I'm a bleeding heart. My ultimate skills are flipping people's perceptions. I'm a translator for complex to simple with business. Like I won the Tony Robbins Business Mastery Grads Award from Business Mastery. Like Tony Robbins taught Business Mastery. Like he's the king, right? But I won the award because I'm an entrepreneur. I've been an entrepreneur since I was a kid. And I went to Business Mastery and I was like, whoa, that's a lot, Tony. Like, that's a lot. And I know he adds a ton of value, but it's kind of like deer in the headlights, right? Like, oh my God. So in my course, Storyboard to Success Roadmap, like I just was like, here's a short actionable map. Like, here's how you get your first quick win, right? And then asking powerful questions. And people say to me all the time, like, no one's ever asked me that before. And I was like, well, let me be the first. So that's my ultimate passion, my ultimate skills. My ultimate purpose is to give moms control back, not having to sign their lives away and their medical rights for their kids' health, and not hope and pray that doctors will fix their kids. So to give them the power back. Surgery and meds are necessary sometimes, but they are not a long-term plan. So that is my ultimate purpose, is to give moms the power back. So courses I've made is the second one I wanted you to pull up, courses or products, right? So I have the Clone Yourself instruction manual. This is for my my wealth value ladder. I have the Clone Yourself instruction manual, your fast track rapport with tantalizing talk, the 7 steps to GSD, get stuff off your plate. That stands for get done. The Fire in Your Belly Biz, which was replaced, hear me now, by One Comma Club Machine, which I filmed multiple times, which was replaced by this course right here. Think about that. And then Storyboard to Success Roadmap for story selling and advanced course creation. And then on my health side, I have the Instant Energy Instruction Manual, 3 nutritional hacks, the Performance Wheel, which for moms who don't like doctors and medical visits. Wow, that's like way too long. That turned into Routine Rituals regime. And then the Clean Up Your Supplements Challenge is going to be added into that one. And then the Fountain of Youth formula. So I almost didn't say this. My goal is to, like, my mission and legacy is to make a bunch of millionaire friends so we can clean up the earth, right? So far, I've made $500,000 in a company, so we're just shooting for $1 million. That's my next level goal. So that's my number. That's my cover your nut number, right? It's like I have my cover your nut number that I must hit, and then my next level. So what problems have I been solving for people? So you're going to answer this as question number 4. For me, it's been pain, complex systemic holistic health, autoimmune disorders, like I said, diabetes, neuropathy, psoriasis, and then the solutions and protocols and referrals that I have gotten for super complex cases that no one else has been actually able to fix. So, yeah, lots and lots and lots of things that I've done. So the whole thing in this is, what have you done as a job, right? What have you done as a service? What have you done? I don't know if you know the 4 quadrants from, oh my gosh, I can picture his face. It'll come to me later. But jobs that you've done, or companies that you've owned, like self-employed, which is often trading time for money still, businesses that you've owned where you're an operator, or you're a director, not an operator, and investments that you've had. So like, what are things that you learned? List them all out. This is your inventory of being. And you know, this is your story. Like, it's treasure. It's treasure. Don't go back and be like, this is what I screwed up. Just gather your inventory of being. Try not to be super emotional about it. Just be like factual. This is what happened. You know, tell it like a story and just make a list. All right. Now for the fun stuff. The sorting hat. Dun, 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 dun. Okay. So Let me fix this. Does it look like the sorting hat? Where's the mouth? It's there somewhere. Anyway. All right, are we good? Are we good? So next thing, tournament teams for the House Cup, the sorting hat. While you are at Hogwarts, your triumphs will earn you house points, while any rule breaking will lose house points. At the end of the year, the house with the most points will be awarded the House Cup, a great honor. I don't have the House Cup here. It's upstairs. Dang it. Oh, it's too far away. All right. So each house, Gryffindor, Hufflepuff, Ravenclaw, and Slytherin, in alphabetical order, have a huge hourglass filled with rare gems located in the entrance hall. They are enchanted to keep track of the points awarded and deducted. The hourglass keeps track of the points. So you will recognize the vials because Fire, Scarlet, and Gold will be for Godric Gryffindor, the Lion, who values courage, bravery, nerve, and chivalry. And you can decide which house you want to be put in, or I can give you the quiz. For real, there's a sorting hat quiz. It's never right. The Earth is the yellow and black. This is Helga Hufflepuff. The badger and the canary is their animal, and the values are hard work, patience, justice, and loyalty. And the air, blue and bronze, Rowena Ravenclaw. For the eagle, that's an eagle, if you didn't know. The values are intelligence, learning, wisdom, and wit. And then water, which are in green and silver, for Salazar Slytherin, which is the serpent. Their values are ambition, cunning, leadership, and resourcefulness. So there are points for completing the assignments and posting in the group in the 21-day challenge. So if you want to do the quiz, you can be sorted if you're a hardcore Harry Potter. If not, you can just choose a house and points will be awarded. Super fun, right? All right, so are you beginner or are you advanced? You're gonna pick your room of requirement next. So there's 2 doors. One is Earn While You Learn and one is Money-Making Machines. So what is the room of requirement? First of all, this whole thing is the room of requirements, if you didn't know. But the room of requirement was basically uniting some of the bravest students in secret protest. Harry, Hermione, and Ron started Dumbledore's army. This is the Brunson-Stack army, by the way. And they met in the room of requirement where Harry taught them everything he learned from his experience facing dragons, dementors, Death Eaters, and the Dark Lord himself. Kind of like Choose Your Own Adventure books when we were kids, right? So this, you'll see on the training map, is like the beginner, and then this is the advanced, like lots of automation and tools, right? So the Earn While You Learn is so you can make money now if you're in that position, no judgment, and you can only do so much, right? So go through it, do it just with the principles of the beginning, getting started, and then go through it again and do the Money-Making Machines principles. Cool? You'll see what that means when you see it on the map. It will make sense. Don't worry if it doesn't make sense right now. So number 7, so you're just going to choose which program you want based on the map. And basically it's just like if you have no experience teaching courses or having automations, then you're just not going to use the automations because it's too complex. All right, last thing, care of magical, not creatures, care of magical niches. All right, so care of magical creatures at Hogwarts is one of the 5 subjects that is taught in years 3 to 7 at Hogwarts School of Witchcraft and Wizardry. The current teacher of care of magical creatures is Professor Rubius Hagrid. Before Hagrid, it was Professor Solanius Kettleburn who taught the subject. So what you are going to do is you are going to pick your niche and your sub niche. And the way that you are going, so this has previously been a huge problem for my people, an absolute nightmare. And remember when I told you I switched niches halfway through 2 very expensive coaching programs? I'm not gonna let that happen to you. So here's what you're gonna do. Now that you have all your skills and your experience and you know your story and what you've done and where you've been, you can easily pick the right one for the thing that matches your passions, your skills, and your purpose, and the things you've done. So you're gonna have to go back through all that and be like, okay, what did I say again? And pull out of that mess. Because some stuff, like, I'm good at doing dishes, but I don't want to go teach people how to do dishes. Like, that's not my mission. You know what I mean? Like, I know how to organize really well, and there's some people get paid to be professional organizers. That's not what I want to do, right? So go back, match your passions, your skills, and your purpose with the things that you've done, and pull out the thing that crossroads the most. So that's your care of magical niches. You'll find your one special tree in there. Don't run into Aragog. Be careful out there, you guys. And that's it. Just pick your niche, pick your sub niche. What do I mean by that? So niches, there's health, wealth, and relationships. And then your sub niche is going to be the thing that's inside of that. So under wealth, there's like a million things, right? You could do stocks, you could do bonds, you could do real estate, and you could do your sub niche is like in real estate, you could do flipping, you could do FISBOs, you could do bail bonds, you could do tax liens, you could do like all kinds of stuff, right? So just pull out your niche and your sub niche, and if you have questions, ask in the group and we will get you motoring. So the next thing is divination class. I'm so excited. Organic leads for life. So you completed the declaration. I'm super excited that you took the unbreakable vow. We are on track. You are going to be blown away by the next things. That was like a little bit slow, even for me. And we're just going to dive real deep, real fast, real hard. And you're going to be so blown away by what I'm going to show you. I'm super excited. All right. So stick with it. You're almost there. There's only 6 more steps. Okay. We got this. All right, until next time, be the change you wish to see in this world, because if not you, then who? Nobody else is going to do it. You have to step up, and I will see you in the next video. Keep pressing play. Go pee if you have to, and I will see you in the next video. Okay? My cursor's not working, which is great, because it's not supposed to be perfect.